Slate number 2. Okay. Alright, ready?
Which camera are we looking at?
Alright, so welcome to our very first Stanley Hotel Paranormal Investigation Team vlog series right here. If you guys don't know us yet, my name is Carl Pfeiffer. Briefly about me, I've been up here at the Stanley Hotel leading the investigations here for the last 5 years. I won the first season of Ghost Hunters Academy. I appeared briefly on GHI for a little while. I'm also a writer and a photographer here in the local northern Colorado area.
My name is Connor, and I am a paranormal investigator here in Colorado. I'm the tech manager for the local TAPS affiliate, Front Range Paranormal Investigations. I've been up here at the hotel for the last 4 years, 2 of those years leading these ghost hunts with Carl, and then in the beginning I was a tour guide up here, and just having a blast being here. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Cool. So I'm Michelle Tate. I am the newest member of the SPI Paranormal team here at the Stanley Hotel. I was on Ghost Hunters Academy on Sci-Fi, and I actually went on to be on Ghost Hunters, the main series. I was actually in law enforcement, then I got the opportunity to come up here and join these guys investigating, and I couldn't say no to that. So I've done quite a few investigations at the Stanley, but now I'm official.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the new
Getting
girl.
paid for it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And we've also got Lisa Neinhardt. She's one of our backup investigators now, taking a step back from being a primary one from before so that she could spend some more time with her family and 3 young daughters as they grow up.
So what we do here as the Stanley Paranormal Investigation Team, basically our job titles officially listed on the website there are resident paranormal investigators.
Mm-hmm.
We do not live at the hotel, but we all live pretty nearby. What we do is almost every weekend, every now and then, every other weekend, we come up and we lead groups of maximum of 20 people on a paranormal investigation experience. So we start out for a couple of hours, giving them the basic tour of the hotel and really the lowdown of how to investigate.
Mm-hmm.
We introduce a bunch of equipment and we show them how to use it, and then we take these members of the public and we split them up into a few different smaller groups that we each lead individually for the next few hours. And then before we know it, it's 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock in the morning, and the people start to get a grasp on what they're doing and gain more experiences. And then we say, okay, go off and try it on your own. And then we sort of observe them as they're learning to investigate. Through this, we're able to gain really a long-term perspective of the activity that's happening here at the hotel. Carl and I combined have probably done 400 investigations up here over the last few years, and so we really have a good grasp on the spirits, the history, and what's going down. And we have a unique opportunity here, and we're really happy that the Stanley lets us come up and gives us the keys and lets us wander around at nighttime.
Absolutely. So one of the reasons for this project right here is with the addition of Michelle this past month, we started to realize when we talked about that on Facebook and we started to promote that we really don't update our Facebook page very much, but there are people who are constantly curious what exactly is going on here at the Stanley Hotel in terms of our ghosts and in terms of our ghost hunts. And so rather than just write status updates every week talking about what might have happened and what didn't happen on these investigations, we decided to do a vlog series instead and actually promote us talking about it, sometimes taking along in different things. And so some weeks are going to be just us sitting down talking about what happened the week before or the night before. Or sometimes you might follow us along after a ghost hunt, or we might just be driving up the canyon to Estes Park here and just brainstorming a little bit about some of the stuff that's going on here when we start talking about the ghosts and what's happening and as it changes. Because what we find is that we'll talk about this a lot, but there's not a steady story. It's not the same couple of ghosts every single week doing the same things. We're learning more about it. We're learning that these spirits sometimes aren't lining up with the history that we thought, or they might come and go, or we might get new spirits showing up. And that's a very long process. But in the same way that every week our guests are adding to the story and the experiences, we want to bring you guys along for that story.
Not only that, we've sort of put on these hats along with some other members of the tour department of trying to seek out the truth behind the legend of this place. Because if you guys, I'm sure a lot of you guys have visited up here before, or maybe several times, if you were here 5 years ago, it's a totally different story. We're starting to learn things that we thought were true that weren't true about the history of the hotel, and we're starting to really try to figure out exactly what's going on. It's been quite a journey, so we're really excited to sort of take what we're doing and make it public.
Right. I mean, you kind of touched on it earlier, but I think what is really unique is through this vlog series, people get to follow the same location and how the activity changes over time, rather than, just jumping from investigation at one place to another.
Yeah.
So I think it's really cool that we do this because it'll help document like all the changes, and we can kind of notice the patterns and stuff,
Yep. And for a while we stopped kind of recording for a lot of evidence on the ghost hunts because it got to the point, I think a lot of us started to question like what evidence really is and whether it's worth it. But also when we have groups of 10 to 20 at a time, it becomes hard to kind of trust all the data that we're getting. But we're kind of hitting the point again where instead of trying to document every little possible EVP throughout the night, we want to document those moments of experiences as they happen. And that can be something that we can share with you. And so that's what we're going to do. The first kind of vlog right after this one is going over some of the things that happened last week that we actually have audio for you to help make it more immersive. Now the thing with this is we can't give you everything. We can't give you the actual experience of being here for 5 hours, and we're not going to be able to do a whole hour-long tour and put it on Facebook or YouTube right here. You have to come up to the hotel to check those things out. But the basics, essentially, is that we investigate, we don't haunt it. We investigate, well, it feels like we haunt it sometimes. But we investigate down next door to the concert hall primarily, and only occasionally go some other places for shorter times. So that's our main area, and there's 3 main spirits down there that we try to interact with primarily that are on our tour. And that's going to be Lucy. She was a runaway, we think, maybe in the 1970s. There's Paul. We think he was an employee here for about 10 years in the late 90s. And then we have Eddie, who is a recent spirit that came up to the hotel, we think, with a group of people for a ghost hunt. And we think that he died when it came to blows over a cheating lover. So those are our 3 main spirits. We got some new ones coming through sometimes. Sometimes we won't hear from those spirits for months at a time, and we don't know if they've moved on, if they've left, if they've just gotten quiet. And so every week is going to be kind of a dissection of what might be going on with them, who's new, what's going on seasonally with the guests, with ourselves. So we invite you guys to come along with us, tune in each week, like the Facebook page, subscribe to the YouTubes, and
the YouTubes.
The YouTubes.
We're interesting people.
On the interwebs.
You want to hear what we got to say? It's going to be cool.
Connor laughs at me all the time.
All the time. Gosh, she has a funny accent. She's from Texas. But she's doing fantastically well driving in the mountains. Just going to throw that out there. If you see the Texas license plate and it's Michelle Tate driving around, get out of the way, man.
I go 5 miles over the speed limit like a true Coloradian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep tuning in, and check out our next vlog now about what happened last week.
It was crazy.
Cool. So I think we should shoot that in like a different spot.
Okay. I was like, I can't get my words out because Jack Nicholson is staring at me in the corner of my eye.